What's up, fight fans? So a little late, but I'm gonna give my post-fight review of Inoue versus Tapales, and it was a great fight actually. And Tapales, even though he didn't win, he surprised most people. That fourth round knockdown, many people would have quit right after, but Tapales went and fought forward, and for that, as a fellow Filipino, I'm proud of him. You know, we didn't get the result we wanted for the Philippines. My prediction didn't come true. And I'll wear that. But Tapales was against the monster. Inoue has proven to be the monster, and he's gonna continue being the monster as we speak. And personally, I think he should just go up to 126 and fight the best there, and then set up that catchweight fight with Gervonta Davis that Floyd Mayweather was talking about. For me, that's the only good fight I see Inoue having in the future. Any other fight for me is a mismatch. Honestly, I think he'll walk through 122 and walk through 126. And if Gervonta Davis can still feel good like he did against Leo Sanders at 132 pounds, it's going to be a really good fight, Now, my take on Marlon Tapales, I think that, he proved to be one of the best at 122, shocking the start of the year, and then giving us another surprise by lasting over 6 rounds, which many people, including Timothy Bradley, said he wouldn't reach past the 6th round, and he skipped the 6th round, and reached round 10, But he got hit right on the sweet spot, and, the spot he got hit at just really, ended the fight. He went out in a shield, and for that, I'm proud of him. Now, as for Marlon Tapales, I want to see him fight Sam Goodwin, because before this fight, Sam Goodwin called him out and said there's no two ways about it that he beats Marlon Tapales, and, I think he should just go and prove it. I think he should call Tapales out. Nolan Boxing said he's Mr. Mandatory, and I'm not sure if they want to fight Inoue because they're anticipating he moves up to 126. I believe a title eliminator would be good between Sam Goodman and Marlon Tapales, So eventually Inoue is going to move up to 126 pounds. I think the only 3 good fights he has is against, actually there's 2 guys he wants to face, which is Akmadaliev and Neri, which I believe he's going to walk through. Casimiro, on the other hand, is a difficult test because Casimiro will throw his wild swings and it's going to land on Inoue. That's going to be a great fight at 122 before he moves up. Casimiro, Luis Neri, Akmadaliev, that's just not to take anything away from them. It just looks like Inoue would walk through them with ease. But then again, everyone thought that he was going to walk through Tapales with ease, and he didn't. Tapales gave him a fight. And, Inoue just proved that he's a better fighter. He's just a little better than Marlon Tapales. Props to Tapales for you just getting up after the 4th round. Most people wouldn't have gotten up. They would have quit. He got hit in the back of the ear, and that just takes a lot away from your legs. Tapales fought like a true Filipino warrior. And for that, I'm proud of him. He fought till the end, and, I believe his performance alone deserves him a shot at the Hall of Fame. He's not undisputed, but he fought for the undisputed, unlike any other Filipino fighter did in history. He made history, even though he lost. On BoxRec it says L, and it's marked with the letter red, but for me it's a L. It's a learning experience. I believe he can be undisputed, absolutely. When Inoue moves up, he'll probably be undisputed. He's that good of a fighter. A lot of people underrate him and whatnot, and he probably wouldn't, aside for Casimiro, no other Filipino at 122 pounds would give Inoue that much of a hard time, aside from Tapales. Inoue couldn't throw too many punches. He didn't throw as much punches as he did against Fulton because he was careful too. So, that's that. He may have lost the fight, but he didn't lose my respect. And he didn't lose any real boxing fans' respect. A lot of people would have quit against Inoue. A lot of people quit against Inoue in the past with just one knockdown. Tapales stood up and fought for 6 more rounds. And it took a shot right on the temple to stop him. So that just shows how much powerful he is. All the shots people said he'd get knocked out with a body punch and all that didn't knock him out. It was a shot to the temple, which, normal people would be down and out. Tapales tried to get up, but his legs just couldn't bring him up. It's part of being hit in the temple. It's connected to the legs. And what's important is, he leaves okay to his family, but he didn't lose to anyone. He lost to Inoue, to the legend. He got stopped by Inoue, and it's normal to lose to Inoue. What he did was extraordinary. He was standing up after the knockdown and not quitting and fighting for a good 6 more rounds. I would like to see him fight Sam Goodman and, see if Sam Goodman can prove what he said he is, that there's no two ways about it, that he beats Marlon Tapales every day of the week. That's a fight I want to see happen, and, I don't think Tapales should be in a tune-up fight or anything. He doesn't need a tune-up fight at all. He's already world caliber at 122 pounds. Inoue was just a tad better, and Inoue's, his body type looks like that of a featherweight, honestly. Featherweight, super featherweight. If you ask me, looking at that fight, he looked a lot bigger than Marlon Tapales come fight night. So it just goes to show that he can move up 2 to 3 more weight divisions, even though he says he wouldn't. But, that's a fight I want to see happen soon. A fight between him and Tank Davis. As for the next big fights of 2024, we're going to see our third bitter BF back in action. And this is a good fight. This is going to be a very tough fight because Callum Smith has never been stopped before and has caused big upsets through stoppages. And then after that, we're going to have Abraham Nova versus O'Shaquie Foster for the WBC Super Lightweight belt. And that's another fight I can't wait to see happen. Because I think, Nova, no matter how many times he gets knocked out, doesn't give a fuck. He just keeps coming back and keeps coming back and fighting the big names. So it's going to be an interesting fight. But I do think that Foster will stop Nova.